What's up guys, welcome back to the GolfMagic YouTube channel and welcome back to another equipment review video. Now on our YouTube we're quite known for doing irons as reviews, so we're going to change up a little bit and do something a little bit different. With me today I've got the brand new Callaway X-Forge utility iron. Now this club's just come to retail, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to put it through its paces on the GC Quad, just see how it performs and see if it's right for your game. Driving irons are maybe assumed to be for the better player, but this may be a little bit different. I'm going to talk about the looks, the technology, and then just get into the performance. Let's get right into the video. So let's talk about driving irons for a little bit. I think driving irons I consider to be a club that people who are off the lower handicap range should use. I do kind of agree and attest to that a little bit. I would think if you're off the higher handicap range, maybe hybrids and fairway woods are something that you should go for, as they're a little bit easier to hit. But driving irons recently have been made to be a little bit easier to hit and a little bit chunkier and look pretty much exactly the same as a hybrid. But the difference is an iron swing to a fairway wood swing is always going to be a little bit different. Now I actually do have a driving iron in my bag. I have one of the new TaylorMade driving irons and I really get on with it. So it'll be interesting to see how this Callaway driving iron compares. Now, first things first, let's get into the looks of this Callaway X-Forge utility iron. I had the previous version of this, so I can kind of compare exactly what it looks like to the previous model. They've got a new tungsten weighting in the head, which does take out the traditional feel of the club, of the kind of forged line. It doesn't look bad, but it looks a little bit more industrial for a driving iron. Not modern, not classical, it just looks a bit weird. I'll get into the technology of this in a second, and there's obviously going to be a reason behind this, but it just does look a little bit odd when you look at the club. Now, looking down at the club at address is what really surprised me. I thought the X-Forge utility iron would be something that would be a little bit forgiving, but you can see that the top line here, for a club that is 18 degrees of loft, it's pretty thin. Now, I'll compare it to my TaylorMade driving iron, which is the one that's supposed to be for lower handicap players, and you can see the top line of the TaylorMade iron is actually a little bit thicker. But what you have in the Callaway iron as well is you can see the cavity back behind it, so there is still a lot of coverage for this driving iron. Do I think it looks nice? I'm a bit confused, to be honest, because you can see a lot of stuff down at the ball, and for the driving irons that I've had in the future, they look a little bit more compact. This looks like it has a lot going on, so it's a bit of a strange one, but the looks always correspond to the technology behind this club, so let's talk about that a little bit now. Now, there is a lot of technology that goes behind this Callaway X-Forge utility iron, so it does make a lot of sense as to the design. First of all, Callaway say that this club will produce high ball speeds due to their AI-designed flash face cup, which creates a sophisticated face architecture for high ball speeds with outstanding spin robustness. So similar to other models they've produced, such as the Epic Flash and their driver. The main thing I want to talk about is the MIM'd external tungsten weighting, which is what I talked about in the look, so this massive chunky bit on the sole of the club. What Callaway say is that their external MIM tungsten weighting allows for them to precisely locate the CG position for optimal trajectory and launch. As well as this, a longer blade length and wider sole versus a traditional long iron provide forgiveness and control. So that's really interesting there. So you can see that there is a method behind their madness for the design that they've put out. Although it looks a bit strange, they've got a bit of a thin top line and the tungsten weighting in the back, they say this is supposed to improve forgiveness, make massive ball speeds, and generally just be a fantastic club to hit. So let's put this through its paces on the GC Quad, see how far I can hit it, because I have a feeling this is going to go quite a long way, and just see how it feels. Let's get right into it. So guys, I've just hit the Callaway X-Forge UT on the GC Quad and got some quite interesting results. So I was using the 18 degree utility iron, which is a 2 iron, with the Project X 6.0 with a 110 gram shaft. This is a graphite shaft as well, just to be known, and standard length and everything like that, so exactly what you could get off the shelf. The main thing that I was surprised about with this club was the forgiveness. Now, at the start of this video with the looks, I was a bit taken aback just by how the top line was quite thin and there was a lot of coverage with the club itself, looked a bit odd. I didn't think it was actually going to be that forgiving. The technology of this club said otherwise, the tungsten weighting made it forgiving across the whole club face, and that is exactly what I felt. I do tend to have a bit of a sporadic ball striking with a driving iron. My general miss is hitting it out of the heel, which usually goes into short and right. So for an amateur golfer, that's pretty decent. But for me, it happens a lot with the driving irons. And it did happen with this for quite a few shots. But the dispersion rate in terms of the loss of distance wasn't as much as I thought. I'll put my average data up on the screen now, and as you can see, I did hit a pretty long way. We're sitting at about 260 yards overall with a carry of around 240 to 245. The shots that I hit badly were going about 230 to 235. That was off the tee. One thing I will mention was that I did struggle to hit this club just off the turf. I think that was more down to my swing itself, because I do generally have quite a steep angle of attack, so I do struggle hitting driving irons off the fairway. But when I put it on the tee, my results were a lot better. Overall, this club did surprise me given how taken aback I was by its looks and not really impressed with it. Technology and performance made up for it a lot. I wouldn't put it in my bag personally because of the way it looks at address. It's not something that I would kind of like to look down on. It doesn't give me that much confidence. But this is something that is all down to personal opinion, and I would definitely suggest if you're in the market for a driving iron, just to have a look at this and see if it's something that you would get along with. Due to its forgiveness, I wouldn't cancel recommending this club to anyone under the handicap of 20. If you're someone who likes hitting driving irons, this could be the club for you. This club comes in an RRP of £229 and has the options of an 18 degree, a 21 degree and a 24 degree. It's already on retail now, so go down to your local pro shop and see if you get on with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. This is the first time we've done a utility iron in quite a long time, and we're looking to do a lot more. So make sure you leave a like and comment down below if you're thinking of trying the Callaway X-Forge utility iron. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that button down below to keep up to date with all our equipment reviews, challenges and PGA Tour news. The Masters is coming up in 2 weeks' time, and we've got some very exciting giveaways to roll out throughout the week. So make sure you stay tuned to all our socials and subscribe to our YouTube channel to see what's going on. I'll see you guys at the next video.